Good evening, students. Today we'll begin with the new chapter in mathematics class 12th, that is inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions. Inverse trigonometric functions. We have studied a lot about trigonometry in class 11th, and in 12th also we have studied about the trigonometry in integral chapters. Okay, and so we know that trigonometry is very vast topic which begins in class 10th till class 12th. Okay, so now we'll study about now inverse. We have studied all the graphs. We have studied a sine graph which value, minimum value is 0 and maximum goes to 1. So how this graphs was, we have studied that about the cos also, that the minimum value is that cos 0 will be 1 and cos 90 will be 0. So we have studied all these values, and we know about the domain and range, that its value will be what we put in a function and the result will be the range. So now we'll study about that functions that is in inverse form, that is sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse. Okay, so let us see what about that we have. Then we'll go to the exercise from the NCERT so that it will be clear to everyone about what this chapter says all. Okay, so let us begin with, first I have the table in my hand, that is we have to make it that the inverse trigonometric functions, that is the principal value we can say. Okay, principal value branches, value branches along with their domain and ranges, with their domain and ranges. Okay, so we have this. So this table must be known to everyone. We have sine inverse, that is cos inverse, we have tan inverse, then we have cosec inverse, sec inverse, cot inverse. We have the value that is -1 to 1. We have here also -1 to 1. Okay, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, then again we have 0 to pi. Okay, then we have tan inverse. Tan inverse, we have this value 1. Okay, then it begins with minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus 0. Okay, now we have cosec inverse. Zero to pi minus pi by 2. It doesn't include this. Okay, so now they have sec inverse. Now for tan inverse they have only r they have. Okay, and there tan inverse they have minus pi by 2 to pi. It doesn't include this. Okay, so now the cosec inverse we have, that is r minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Oh, this is not, this is for the sec inverse. So pi by 2 to pi by 2 we have. Okay, now then we have 0 for the cosec inverse. Okay, now for the sec inverse they have, that includes 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Okay, then we have cot inverse will be r, and here they have 0 to pi. So this includes their domain and their ranges. So this is the table which is very important for us for that inverse trigonometric functions. So now we'll try to solve numericals from the exercise, that is 2.1. So let's begin with, let us see how we can solve the numericals and how these concept is applied. Okay, so now let us try to solve the questions from the exercise. Okay, so now we have let's begin with that exercise. We have 2.1. okay, so now they have asked about find the principal value of sine inverse minus half. So they have asked the question sine inverse minus half. Okay, so now what we need to do is to find the principal value of sine inverse minus half. We can solve like this. Let y is equal to sine inverse minus half. Then what we can do here in a very simple way, that is sine y is equal to minus half. Okay, or what else I can write, sine y is equal to minus sine pi by 6. Okay, now what else we can say, that is minus sine pi by 6. I can write this sine minus pi by 6. It will be minus so we have the value, that is sine minus pi by 6, that is minus half we have. Okay, so we have this, we can say it will be minus pi by 6. So we know that the range of sine inverse is in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so that is how we find the principal value of sine inverse minus half. Now we need to find the second question. We have to find the principal value, find the principal value of cos inverse root 3 upon 2. So how we can solve in a very simple way. Let y is equal to cos inverse root 3 upon 2. Cos y is equal to root 3 upon 2, or we can say cos y is equal to, we can say cos pi by 6. We all know that the domain range of the cos inverse is 0 to pi. So its principal value will be pi upon 6 is the principal value. Okay, so that is how we can easily find the principal value of the given inverse trigonometric function. Now let us begin with the third question. Now we have, let us see what they have given the third question. Now what is we have, the third question is we need to find the principal value of cosec inverse 2. Okay, find the value of cosec inverse 2. Sorry. So what we can do, take in a very simple way, let y is equal to cosec inverse 2. So cosec y is equal to 2. Okay, we know that the cosec inverse domain will be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, but it does not include 0. Okay, so we have cosec is y is equal to 2. So cosec y is equal to, it will be cosec 30 we have. Okay, so we have cosec y is equal to cosec pi upon 6 cosec 30. Now because we know sine 30 is half, so cosec 30 will be 2. So we can say, we know that its principal value range is in this cosec inverse. So we can say, therefore its principal value will be pi upon 6. Okay, because its range is in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, but it does not include 0. Okay, so that is how we able to find the principal value of this. Now let us try to solve the fourth question. Okay, now we have the fourth question is, find the principal value of tan inverse minus root 3. We have, that is, find the principal value of tan inverse minus root 3. We have tan inverse minus root 3. So we know, let us try to solve. Let y is equal to tan inverse minus root 3. We can say tan y is equal to minus root 3, or we can say tan y is equal to minus tan pi by 3, or we can say minus pi upon 3. As we all know that its range is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so we can say its principal value will be minus pi upon 3. Okay, so we can say principal value will be minus pi upon 3. Okay, so that is how we able to find the principal value of such inverse trigonometric functions. Let us try to solve fifth question now. So we have, now let us try to solve the fifth question. Now they have the fifth question, find the principal value of cos inverse minus half. Okay, so we have cos inverse minus half. Find the principal value of cos inverse. We have the question, that is cos inverse minus half. So how we can find? In a very simple way. Now to find the principal value of cos inverse minus half, we will try to solve like this. Let y is equal to cos inverse minus half. So we'll say cos y is equal to minus half. Okay, then we will have this, that is cos y is equal to, we can have, that is minus cos pi by 3. We know that the cos minus cos pi by 3, so we can write this cos pi minus pi by 3. So we have cos 2 pi by 3. We all know that cos will be negative in second quadrant, as we have studied in 11th class. Okay, so cos will be negative in second quadrant. So now we can say that its principal value will be 2 pi upon 3. Okay, so we have principal value, that is 2 pi upon 3, as we know that its range is between 0 to pi. Okay, so now we'll try to find more principal value of the trigonometric functions. So we have done 5. Let us try to find the principal value function of tan inverse minus 1. Find the principal value of tan inverse minus 1. So how we can find? In a very simple way. Let y is equal to tan inverse minus 1. We have tan y is equal to minus 1, or we can say tan y is equal to minus tan pi by 4. Okay, or we can say minus pi by 4. That is the principal value of this function. As you all know, in tan inverse minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is the range of this function. Okay, so now let us try to find principal value of another function. So very easy, we can find now. I hope it's clear to everyone how we can easily easily find the principal value of such kind of functions. So now let us try to find the principal value of sec inverse. Okay, principal value of sec. We have this question 7th now. Principal value of sec inverse 2 upon root 3. Okay, so we have sec inverse 2 upon where it is sec inverse 2 upon root 3. Okay, so now we can solve how. Let y is equal to sec inverse 2 upon root 3. So we can say sec y is equal to 2 upon root 3. Okay, 2 upon root 3. So we can write sec y is equal to sec of, we know that root 3 upon 2 is cos 30. So pi by 6. We can easily say pi upon 6. Okay, cos 30 is root 3 upon 2. So sec 30 will be, because sec is the reciprocal of cos. So we can easily say that its principal value will be pi upon 6. Okay, its principal value will be pi upon 6. As we all know, its range is 0 to pi, but it does not include pi by 2. Okay, because cos 90 is 0. If the reciprocal of 0 will be not defined, so that is why it does not include this value. Okay, so this is the principal value of sec inverse 2 upon root 3. Now let us try to find the principal value of another function now. Okay, so we have just solved 8. Now it will be 8 question we have. So what is the 8th question? Find the principal value of cot inverse root 3. Cot inverse root 3. How? Let's try to solve this. Let y is equal to cot inverse root 3. So cot y is equal to root 3. We have cot y is equal to root 3. So now we can say that cot y is equal to, again write cot 30, that is pi upon 6. Okay, because we know that tan inverse, so it will be, its principal value will be principal value will be pi upon 6. As we all know, it's cot inverse 0 to pi. So it will be pi upon 6. So that is how we can easily find the principal value of such inverse trigonometric functions. It is so easy to find. Okay, so now let us try to find on our ninth question. Now we'll try to solve. They are saying that is find the principal value of cos inverse. Find the principal value of, now they are saying to find the cos inverse. Cos inverse we have minus 1 upon root 2. Okay, so now we have minus 1 upon root 2. Now we'll try to solve this ninth question. Find the principal value of cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2. Now let us see how we can easily solve. Now we have this y is equal to cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2. So we have this cos inverse minus 1 upon root 2, and now what we can do, cos y is equal to minus 1 upon root 2. So now I can write this minus cos pi upon 4. Okay, so now we know that cos is negative in second quadrant, so we can write cos pi minus pi by 4. So we can say cos 3 pi by 4. Okay, so we know that range it will be between 0 to pi. Okay, so we have this, so it's range value in minus pi by 2, sorry, that is between 0 to pi. Okay, 0 to pi range, so its principal value will be, principal value will be 3 pi upon 4. Okay, so that is how we can easily solve, easily find the principal value of such inverse trigonometric functions. Let us try to solve the 10th now. We have this, the 10th question now we have. So now let us try to solve the 10th question now. Okay, so we have the 10th question in my hand, that is find the principal value of cosec inverse minus root 2. We have find the principal value of cosec inverse root 2. We have cosec inverse minus root 2, sorry, we have minus root 2. Okay, so let us try to solve this. How we can solve? Let y is equal to cosec inverse minus root 2. What we can do? Cosec y is equal to minus root 2. Okay, so we know it will be cosec y is equal to, cosec y is equal to, we have it will be minus cosec pi upon 4. So it will be minus pi upon 4 will be the principal value of this, as we know that its range is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 and it does not include 0. Okay, so we have this. So that is how we can easily find the principal value of such functions. Now let us try to find more principal value of inverse trigonometric functions. We have solved just 10. Now let us try to solve 11th. So we know that find, okay, now they have given tan inverse 1. Okay, now we need to find a value of, okay, So now we have different questions. So now let us try to solve. We have solved just only 10. Okay. So now we need to, this is 11th question. We need to find the value of, they have given tan inverse 1. Okay. They have given the tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse minus half, plus cos inverse minus half, plus sin inverse minus half, plus sin inverse minus half. Okay, so we have this, we need to find the value of all these. Okay, so now let us try to solve this. We have just find the principal value of individual inverse trigonometric functions. Now they have given 3, combination of 3. So what we can do now, very simple, we will find separately one by one and we'll put all 3 values in this and then we'll add. So this is a little bit different question. So now let us try to solve it. Okay, we have this. So what we will do, first we will try to find this value, that is this one. So we will consider this. Let x is equal to tan inverse 1. We can take tan x is equal to 1. We can take tan x is equal to tan x is equal to tan pi by 4. So its principal value will be pi by 4. Principal value will be pi by 4. We all know the range will be in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So now first one we have solved. Now we'll solve the next one, cos inverse. Let y is equal to cos inverse minus half. Okay, so now what we can do here? Now very simple way, cos y is equal to minus half, or we can say cos y is equal to, it will be minus cos pi by 3. We can write here, that is cos pi minus pi by 3. We all know that cos will be negative only in second quadrant, or we can say in which quadrant? It will be only in second or third quadrant. No? Okay. So now it will be cos 2 pi upon 3. So its principal value will be 2 pi upon 3. Principal value will be 2 pi upon 3. We know the domain range of this. Okay. So we have this 0 to pi. Okay. So that is how we are able to solve. Now third part is left. Let us take z is equal to sin inverse minus half. Sin inverse minus half. Okay. So sin inverse minus half, we'll see sin z is equal to minus half, or sin z is equal to minus sin 30. So pi upon 6, or is equal to minus pi upon 6. Okay. So we know its principal value will be minus pi upon 6. We know its value ranges from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So that is what we got. Now we have 3 values. First one, second one, third one. I will put all these 3 values in this question now, so that I can find my solution here. So what will be my final solution? Tan inverse on what I got? Pi upon 4. Cos inverse what I got? 2 pi upon 3. Third third value I got minus pi upon 6. Okay, so now what we can do, take the LCM of 4, 3, 6. 4, 3, 6. 12. So I got here 3 pi plus 4, no, 4, 3, 4, 8 pi, sorry, minus 2 pi. Okay, I hope I have taken the correct LCM. So 12 I have. So let us check again. 3 pi plus 8 pi minus 2 pi. 8 plus 3, 11 minus 2. We got 9 pi upon 12. So I got 3 pi upon 4. That is my answer. Okay, so that is how we able to find the value of this. Okay, so now let us try to find the value of next inverse trigonometric functions. That is what they have given. We have cos inverse half. We have cos inverse half plus 2 sin inverse half. Okay, so we have here only 2. So let us try to solve. Let x is equal to cos inverse half. Cos x is equal to half. Okay, so x is equal to cos inverse half. Cos x is equal to half. Okay, so now what we can say here, cos x is equal to half. So I can take value cos x is equal to cos pi upon 3. So its principal value will be pi upon 3 is principal value. Okay, we all know its range between 0 to pi. So now first one I have solved. Now second one, sin inverse half. So what we can do, let y is equal to, so we have sin y is equal to half. Now sin y is equal to, we can say, sin pi by 6. Okay, so its principal value will be pi upon 6. Okay, so now let us try to add. So we got what? Cos inverse half pi upon 3 plus 2 into pi upon 6. So what I got here? Pi upon 3 plus pi upon 3. We got 2 pi upon 3. That is its value. Okay, so it's how we are able to find the principal value of inverse trigonometric functions. Let's try to solve more. 13th now. 13th question now. So now we have 13th question. What they are saying about to find the principal, or to find the value of, okay, now we have the option questions. Now find the value of find the value of sin inverse x is equal to y. We all know in a very easy way they have given the option in that question, that is sin inverse x is equal to y. So we can say x is equal to sin y. We know if I say this, its value is between the minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So its value will be in minus pi by 2 to pi. Now we will solve this the next we have tan inverse root 3. Now let us try to solve this. What they have given the question, we have find the value of find the value of find the value of tan inverse root 3 minus sec inverse root 2. Okay, that's root 2. Okay, tan inverse root 2 minus. Okay. Now let us try to find this. They have to find the value of tan inverse root 3 minus sec inverse root 2. Now how to find? In a very simple way, we'll take these inverse trigonometric functions individually. First we will take, let x is equal to tan inverse root 3. So we have tan x is equal to root 3. We have tan x is equal to tan pi upon 3, that is tan 60. So now we have x is equal to pi by 3. So its principal value will be, if I say this, its principal value will be pi upon 3. And now let us try to solve another. Let y is equal to sec inverse root 2. So now we can say sec y is equal to root 2, or if we can say sec y is equal to sec pi by 4. So we can say y is equal to pi upon 4. So its principal value will be pi upon 4. Okay, as we all know, sec inverse ranges between 0 to pi, but it does not include pi by 2, and we know we have the tan inverse ranges between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we have find the principal value of both the functions. Now we'll try to insert in this. So what will happen? Tan inverse root 3 will be, I have just taken tan inverse root 3 pi upon 3. Pi upon 3 minus pi upon 4. So now we'll try to solve. 4 pi minus 3 pi, I got pi upon 12. Okay, so that is my correct answer. Yes, 4 pi minus 3 pi, so I got pi upon 12. So that is how we able to find the principal value of this. So now we will try to solve this. This we have. So let us see what we can do. What we have done in this question is, we have given the value of sec inverse root 2 we have. Okay, so they have given the value, that is, we have sec inverse minus 2 actually. Now they have given the sec inverse minus 2. Now we have different question now. Okay, so the question is, now I have changed tan inverse root 3 minus sec inverse minus 2. So this is correct. Now what will change here about this, that is, they have given minus 2 here. So we can write minus 2, or we can write sec, that is half. Okay, if I say cos, so it will be pi by 3. So what I can write here, sec pi minus pi upon 3. So I got here, that is 2 pi upon 3. So I have here, that is 2 pi upon 3. So now if I put here, see how if the function changes, how all the rules are changed, how we got the answer, different answer. Now we have this, that is pi upon 3 minus 2 pi upon 3. So I got, if I try to solve this, I got minus pi upon 3. Okay, so that is how we try to able to solve numericals based on, that is, how to find the principal value of inverse trigonometric functions, whether we have to find the individual, whether we have to find collectively in a question of two or three more inverse trigonometric functions. I hope it's clear to you. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask, comment, or share, and please like my channel. Thank you.